Fury does that. He gets under your skin. I think that's one of his tactics, though. Get under your skin so much, make you want to punch him in his mouth, and then you fall right into his plan, you know?
He has no fear of anyone, though. And he's the only talker that I can actually say that I've known in boxing, that if Ali was alive and they was fighting each other, Ali would not have talked to him.
Well, there you go. There's no losing. I'd put everything, my life, my family's life. This man cannot beat Tyson Fury. 10 men like him could not beat Tyson Fury.
Fight fans, welcome back.
This dude just went straight back alley on me in the boxing match.
Tyson Fury got too aggressive and got caught with a big shot.
He came here wanting to face his toughest opponent, and he is.
I do what I say, and I say what I do.
Fury!
The official tweet from the man himself finally confirming the undisputed showdown.
You are next! Me and you shall connect!
As Tyson Fury continues to polarize the sporting scene.
You know the people won't love him, so he makes them hate him more, and they want to see him get beat. They're still going to pay regardless.
And he'd knock me over even though he was a light puncher, supposedly.
However, in boxing, one punch can change everything.
It's the hardest fight I ever did have in my whole career, amateur or professional.
And here, before all the glitz and glamour, we review a night where it very nearly did.
It's a real crisis for Tyson Fury!
Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
I think this is a free hit fight. I hit him, he hits the floor, Tyson Fury hits New York.
I think my dad was like a mental psychology person with the kids. If you said you couldn't do it, I'd go and do it, if you know what I mean. So I think that's what his aim was in life, to say like, you couldn't do that, so I'd go out and prove that I could.
Last up on this channel, we did a video on Canelo versus Floyd.
He's just mystified by this guy.
A night where Canelo slipped up, forcing a true make or break moment in his career.
How about that?
However, just a few months prior, in April of 2013, it would be a British heavyweight facing his own taste of adversity and his own fight-or-flight dilemma.
Tyson Fury is the best prospect in world boxing, and he is going to shake up the heavyweight division like it hasn't been shaken up. He's going to be a phenomenon in the heavyweight division.
You don't have to have him dug up out the graveyard for this lad. This lad is a real deal, this kid.
Despite a handful of well-known contenders looking to make their stamp on the division, including Hay, Fury, and Price, battling for domestic dominance.
I don't really want to be around him. I don't like him, and to be honest, I don't like his aura.
Tyson Fury, I know you're a fighting man. I know you want to fight me because we've got this rivalry. So hopefully we can get the fight made.
I'll fight David Price any day of the week. You see you plumber from Liverpool, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Tyson. Get this party started!
The heavyweight scene at the time was notoriously lackluster, as the Klitschkos, with a combined record of 60-3, continued to reign supreme.
Oh, that was it! A left hook, I believe. Oh, it was a right hand, straight on the button, baby.
You know, I'm sick of the heavyweight division. It's people saying it's boring, you know, with the Klitschkos and all that. I bring excitement, I bring flair, I bring good looks, I can talk, I can walk, I can fight, I can sing, I can skip, I can run. You know, so I'm here, I'm ready to unify the division. I've been saying it all my life, heavyweight champion of the world.
It's easy to forget, considering his ongoing antics, that today's Tyson Fury is a much more diluted and think-before-you-speak version.
Men like me fight anybody on any notice. I don't need a training camp to fight these fighters out there. All of the boxers anyway. All the heavyweights are not worth a shilling. I'll fight them on one day's notice.
This is going to sleep.
As he rose through the ranks, his mouth overshadowed his actual boxing ability, getting him noticed for all the wrong reasons.
There are two things about Fury that are important to note, I think. He moves a little better than people give him credit for, and you see him showing a little movement. He's fighting tall and using the jab. He's a handful for anybody on the planet.
Fury doesn't just move a lot better than people give him credit for, he is a lot better than people give him credit for. There's a good right. Follows it up with a left there, Fury.
That said, with 4 knockouts in his last 5, Fury certainly wasn't pillow-fisted, especially since the man who did hear the final bell
And that has really hurt Rogan.
was the notoriously durable Kevin Johnson.
I'm going to win this fight for 3 reasons.
1, because the women want me to win. 2, because the heavyweight champion of the world must be tall, dark, and handsome, cool, calm, collected, sweet, sensual, and sexy.
Tyson Fury can make a major statement.
And 3, because the heavyweight champion of the world always comes from America, and that be...
By getting too close to his opponent, putting combinations together. Final seconds, you can't always be a crowd pleaser. Sometimes you have to do your job.
Tyson Fury!
All the heavyweight high flyers were staking their claims as the heavyweight heir apparent. But in Shannon Briggs-esque fashion,
Let's go, champ!
none were as confident or as persistent as the Gypsy King.
I'm the best heavyweight in the world, and I'll prove that against anybody. This fool's an idiot, yeah? He's gonna get smashed against. I'm Vladimir Klitschko. I want you next.
I got one thing to say to Vladimir Klitschko. You are a son. Yeah, when you grow a pair of balls, come fight me, and I'll relieve you of all them belts. And I'll leave that glass chin of yours in shatters all over that ring.
Fury is a polarizing figure that fans and media alike gravitate toward, whether they want to see him win or lose.
Fury was now 2 fights away from a title shot, and a few months later, opening 2013, the perfect next step fell right at his feet.
There is an important heavyweight fight that is being held in Madison Square Garden in New York, and that is Tyson Fury, the very, very good British heavyweight who comes to the United States for the first time to take on Steve Cunningham.
This is what you've all been waiting for. The heavyweight champion of Ireland coming to the East Coast, showing you how it's all done.
A U.S. debut at Madison Square Garden, and an IBF eliminator, which would see him fight Kubrat Pulev, then Vladimir Klitschko.
They're going to be impressed by the performance anyway. Tyson Fury, you're just impressed by talking to me. You're looking at me, being with, never mind fighting, you know. Steve Cunningham's a cruiserweight. I'm not going to build him up into something. That's for the Klitschko's to do. Let them do that shit. I'm a realist. He's a bum and he's getting knocked out.
The man in his way? A 36-year-old Philly boxer puncher with one of the best engines in the sport.
IBF Cruiserweight Champion of the world, Steve USS Cunningham!
April 20th, they're looking at, main events are looking at making you versus Tyson Fury at the Garden. Has there been any movement on that yet?
Nothing yet, but it's just talks. We all know that Tyson Fury talks a lot. I mean, they've been tweeting and going crazy with it.
So people feel they have to do this to get notoriety. So I understand the guy being across the sea and watching these things on television and say, hey, when I get to New York, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. So we let him play. He's earned the right to come play.
He's a good bit smaller than me and a good bit lighter. And has he fought an heavyweight before? No, he hasn't. And when he gets hit by me, he's going to be going to sleep for a week.
Feel good, feel positive. Chips has always been against me traveling and going in other people's hometowns, home countries. Feeling positive, faithful, and ready to, it's war times.
From a military background, hence his USS alias, Steve Cunningham hadn't started boxing until 19. But winning the Golden Gloves as an amateur and then flying through the professional ranks, he'd eventually beat Wlodarczyk to become world champion, and then Marco Huck on away soil.
That's beautiful right there. I just like to thank the fans, man, for sticking with me. Perseverance and faith. That's what I got. So that's going to take me a long way. No matter the age, no matter the knockdowns, we going to keep going, baby.
Despite a handful of losses, Cunningham was still a tough night for anybody and had never been comprehensively outclassed.
Diesen wunderbaren Sport hier angetreten ist im Gym. Klasse zum Körper.
In recent years, the American's career, guided by Don King, had become increasingly stagnated. And eventually, allured by the financial rewards, the historical mystique, and the time sensitivity, Cunningham made his long-awaited step up to heavyweight.
I'm ready to fight whomever. My goal to be world champion heavyweight.
Yeah, I expect a lot of differences. The weight on these guys and the weight on me also. It takes a toll after so many rounds.
The goal is to be heavyweight world champion. That's the goal.
So you got to be one of the Klitschko's.
Yeah, no doubt.
How you feel about the Klitschko's? Vitaly and Vladimir.
Here we go then for the world heavyweight title.
I think they're great athletic
giant monsters. I think they're very good. I don't think they're robotic. Like, you know, David Hayes said all that garbage about them. They're robotic, they're this, they're that.
Fun to watch this big bug bot start malfunctioning. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Listen, I sparred with Vladimir for the David Hayes camp, and when I first got in the ring with him, I said, David Hayes going to lose.
Well, Klitschko is robotic, but his punches are not slow, and that's just showing the strength and the power.
I'm going to take that extra info with me, but still with the mindset, this is uncharted territory, so I can just be a smart boxing machine.
Many thought Steve's lack of power would limit his success against the Giants, and now, facing a man 6 inches taller, we were about to find out.
Great heavyweight fight from the Mecca of Boxing, Madison Square Garden, on April 20th, because it's going to be a hell of a fight.
The question in this fight for Cunningham will be, how does he overcome the reach of Tyson Fury and the size of Tyson Fury?
Well, you know, we all know he's, you know, 6'8", 6'9". You know, he's got all the advantages. You know, he's got the height, the size. He's a natural heavyweight.
We always knew that the real deal was Tyson Fury. He was the heavyweight heir apparent, and we always knew that, so it's no surprise to us.
Cunningham seemed to lack that real wow factor that the American audience thrived off. He wasn't known for his one-shot knockout ability, nor his crowd-pleasing style, and his press conferences were tame, preferring to let his fists do the talking.
He does a good Ali impersonation. You know, a lot of guys think that they got to talk in order to sell tickets. Real tough guys don't talk. I'm not saying I'm a tough guy, but I'm a hard worker and I'm a fighter. You know, I want to fight. I don't want to talk. You know what I mean?
The Gypsy King, on the other hand, was keen to prove he could talk the talk and walk the walk.
Not a man in America can shake his face again. Never mind Steve. I'm not interested in getting inside of his head. That fist is going to smash his jaw in. You know, then it'll be inside of his head when he wakes up unconscious.
And what better place to prove it than the center of the entertainment universe?
Something that I've dreamed about since being a little kid, you know, coming over to New York, fighting at Madison Square Garden.
The Tyson Fury show was rolling into New York City. And if he could make it here, he could make it anywhere.
I'm just wondering if the bottom of Steve's boots have been sponsored, because as there's going to be a lot of people watching around the world, I'd like to put my Twitter account on the bottom of them so I can get more fans on Twitter.
There's a code, and it still runs through the streets still today, and that's the guys who talk a lot, they chumps.
No disrespect to Steve, he's the best opponent I've probably faced, because he's a world champion. I've never faced a world champion before. But I'm a man on a mission, and I mean business, you know.
The 12-year age gap was apparent as soon as they opened their mouths, but people always had a hard time dealing with Fury at press conferences, especially the tougher characters.
It's a great fight. You know,
what round are you going to do me in?
I'll do it in the first round.
That'll be nice.
Easy payday and go home.
Because Fury could lighten the mood to become jovial, almost foolish, and then switch in the blink of an eye to become deadly serious.
You are in trouble, and I mean business, and I'm going to hurt you seriously come April 20th. I hope you understand that. I hope your trainer understands that. I hope your wife understands that. I hope everybody understands it.
You won't fight, you're going to run away. You don't fight.
I didn't come to the USA to play around and play tip-tap boxing. I came here to do demolition jobs on cruiserweights.
I'm a big fan of both guys.
You know both of them?
I know both of them very well. I know Tyson Fury well. I box him. Extremely good dude. He talks shit. He's entertaining. You know what I mean?
Catch this, homie.
I'm tall, dark, handsome, cool, calm, collective, super sexy. This guy has got no chance at all, yeah?
You see the video of Tyson talking major smack?
Yeah. Which one? He got 1,000.
No, it's just Steve Cunningham.
And Cunningham, just like Chisora and the rest of them, seemed to really struggle with the contrast.
The cameras and the microphones, a lot of people dream to come over here because they want to be on the cameras and the microphones. So
the only video I seen was when Brother Nazim told Tyson Fury that I bet you if we both walk down Times Square, people would know me more than they would know you.
I'm not a newcomer to cameras or microphones.
I walk down the street with you right now and I bet you more people recognize me than recognize you, and I don't fight.
Well, probably
right
because
now,
you're
if
from
I walk
here.
down the street with you right now.
I thought that was good hype for the fight, and I think it's a good fight. I can't wait to see it.
You can talk all that you want. Only reason this dude is winning fights is because he's big. Shrink him down to 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", he's garbage.
They come here, they try and disrespect me by saying I only win because I'm big. And it's a good job I'm big then, isn't it, for one thing. But I believe at any weight,
any division, I would rule the world.
This dude right here is just winning fights because he's big. He's big. He leans on guys. He gets them tired. I don't get tired. I get better.
I think it's all a mind game. You know what? Why don't we actually mic these two guys up?
Yeah.
And when we come back, we'll hear from both of them. More from Studio AG coming up right after.
Despite being 215 pounds of pure muscle, Cunningham entered 44 pounds lighter and a clear-cut underdog.
And you said you retired too.
I said I'll retire. I'll retire 100%. I'm a man of my word. I don't tell lies.
You're so young. Just one loss and you're done?
One loss, I'm finished. I will retire. If Steve Cunningham can beat me, I will retire tomorrow evening. If this man gives me a good fight, I swear in Jesus' name, I'm going to retire after the fight. Well, there you go. There's no losing. I'd put everything, my life, my family's life. This man cannot beat Tyson Fury. 10 men like him could not beat Tyson Fury.
But trained by the well-respected late Nazim Richardson, he would certainly have a trick or two up his sleeve.
We have more work to do than they have. He has all the advantages. He's younger. He's bigger. He's all of these things that we say. Excuse me. He's all these things that we say. The game plan is to win. That's the game plan.
On this day, I believe I'm the best fighter on the planet. And I'm going to show you that tomorrow evening when I get in there with Steve Cunningham and put his lights out.
And there is Luke Tyson Fury. Yes, Tyson, named for the champ Mike. As a championship name, he is a champ of Great Britain, coming to the U.S. for the first time.
From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA.
The event itself was surprisingly comparable to AJ's U.S. debut. The same Madison Square Garden arena, the same bright lights, and the same make-or-break theatricals. However, during his time in the spotlight, Fury was in a completely different mindset.
I expect a good, clean fight. Let's touch gloves. Touch him up.
And Tyson Fury, flamboyant at times, controversial at times, a smart guy. He knows what he's doing in there, I believe.
Steve said, hey, we got to go in there and mix it up a little bit, and I think he asked too early to let Tyson know, hey, I'm in this fight.
He gave the fans what they wanted, willing to trade, hands down, taunting and growling at the smaller man.
Fury now taunting him, saying, come on.
However, by the end of the first round, Fury was clearly a little overzealous.
Round one coming to an end. It's scheduled for 12. Tyson Fury shoving Cunningham.
And the carelessness would cost him.
Cunningham was the hardest fight I ever did have in my whole career, amateur or professional. And I tried to walk him down, use my size and power, but he was just outboxing me. I couldn't do nothing with him. And he'd knock me over even though he was a light puncher. Supposedly, I walked right onto it, come from the back of the hall.
He's knocked down. He's knocked down. Cunningham has floored Fury.
A lazy left hand, timed over the top to perfection.
It wasn't just me winging. That was timely, well-placed, set up. We drilled on in training camp. Whoop, bow. You know, dropped that overhand on him because it was going. We knew it was going to be there.
A vulnerability Tyson had shown 18 months prior against Pike Chick.
So far tonight. Oh, Fury is down!
An almost identical shot, and a lesson not so well learned.
Cunningham has got Tyson Fury in a lot of trouble here, Kenny.
Oh, what happened in the end of that fight, Steve? It was savage. Because I was getting outboxed, wasn't I? I had to go to the well. Get the job done.
Maybe this isn't the soft puncher he thought it was, and he just caught Steve Cunningham with a nice right hand.
He had to use those forearms and shoving and laying on me because my boxing ability was just too much for him.
Fortunately, the shot didn't concuss Fury in the same way Ruiz did Joshua, and the Brit was left to battle his way out of the trenches.
Cunningham going to work again, and Fury is just reaching to hang on right now.
Fury's hurt. He got caught with a good right hand.
Numerous forearms, numerous headbutts, elbows. This dude just went straight back alley on me in a boxing match.
215 pounds, 6'3", chiseled.
Same dimensions as Usyk.
Same dimension. He gave me one of my hardest fights I ever had.
Nazim, what are you seeing out there?
A big man who really is just winning fights because he's big, but as soon as you hit him back with something, he got a problem.
You gotta like the temperament of Fury. He gets knocked down in the second round, comes right out the beginning of the third round. He's reminding the smaller man that he is indeed the smaller man.
Fury displayed something you can't really teach that night, biting down and turning it into a dogfight.
Around by Steve Cunningham, and Cunningham going to work again, and Fury is just reaching to hang on right now.
Cunningham found more success for a couple of rounds.
Good nice body left, shot. Right into the ribs.
But then, into the 5th and 6th, utilizing his weight and size advantage, Fury took over.
He took a knockdown, he took some heavy shots there. Are you worried about the type of shots he's taking?
Do I look worried now? Look at him, he's there. If he had his opportunity in round 1, was it? That's him done now, for me.
Ham's not giving him any chance with that reach advantage, is he? He's going in on him mostly.
You see, when Tyson frees those hands up, it's giving Steve problems. He's getting himself back in this round, back in this fight, because Steve had been doing very well the last couple rounds.
And that was Fury's strongest round.
Timing you off your jab over and right, yeah? All you can do is keep them hands there. Only shot he's got. You know that, I know that.
Ultimately, in the 7th, Tyson smothered his opponent before a sweeping right hand ended the fight.
Going in, he's down. Cunningham is knocked down by Fury.
I think Steve's done here, Ken. He's in a lot of trouble yet. They need to stop this fight.
Fury, in his U.S. debut, is undefeated, knocking out Cunningham in the 7th.
Closing with a trademark song, Fury had given the U.S. audience what they wanted, a showman.
Let's keep it between the lines. Thank you, people!
And fortunately, his boxing and his vocals would get better with age.
The fight was very impressive, the singing not so much, but he's a charismatic guy. He's a good addition to the heavyweight division.
Getting dropped by a cruiserweight certainly wasn't Fury's best look.
There was no game plan, there was no boxing ability in there. I didn't show nothing. All I showed was heart, determination, will, and dogging me.
However, in hindsight, the vulnerability might have made him seem just the right amount of beatable to secure that eventual Klitschko fight.
I don't think he'll be able to do that to Vladimir. People underestimate Vladimir. I've been to camp with Vladimir 3 times already. Vladimir's smart, he works hard, he's got great boxing ability.
Despite the Wilder resurrection with its movie-esque appeal becoming Tyson's trademark moment, he still highlights Cunningham as his toughest night's work.
He told me, I went to camp with him after, he's like, I knew I couldn't outbox you. I couldn't outspeed you, so I did what I had to do.
I was his hardest fight. He had to do what he had to do to win, and for him to say that, him being on top of the world, yo, man, that's fire, you know, because every time he fights, that keeps me relevant.
People have seen Tyson Fury in the past. They've seen me bull forward, take shots, be an animal in the ring, which I can be.
The next few months saw the construction and the collapse of a potential domestic clash with David Haye.
But there's a whole new side of me as well that I've never shown.
Everyone David Hayes fought, including Klitschko, I would smash to bits. Listen, I'm not here just saying I'll prove it.
Steve Cunningham, you know, probably one of the softest punching cruiserweight champions. I don't really think that was a great smooth transition getting dumped on your backside by someone who punches so softly.
Where Tyson laid it on thicker than ever.
You better look at me when I'm talking to you, because you're getting knocked spark out, mate. There's no messing around, there's no dancing. It's either me or you.
We know David Haye, you know, they say he packs more punch than me. He's just as fast, so he brought me into camp to emulate, you know, what I did to him in the fight.
But Fury's eventual title shot would still be a couple of years away.
And I'm getting Vladimir and I'm smashing his chin for him. There's no talking, there's no shit, I'm doing it.
Cunningham mixed with a few more familiar names, drawing with Antonio Tarver,
setting traps with his footwork,
losing out to Andrew Tabiti, and then outpointing UFC icon Frank Mir in 2021 to finish off.
I'm not going after any world titles anymore. If another UFC MMA guy want to come out the woodwork, or Bones Jones, anybody, they want to come out in the boxing ring, I'm here, I'm ready.
Today, Cunningham's build and stature is compared to that of Alexander Usyk. Though, whilst we can get a feel for the size difference of the face-off, the skills of Fury's undisputed dance partner will present a much different and much greater challenge.
But will you fight him next?
See you later.